Welcome to the Unimaginary Friendcast. This is episode 319. This is a conversation with your best friends. We are, as always, your best friends.
I'm Nathan Von Edmondson.
I'm Erin Marie Betty Davis Jr.
Those are my lesbian mothers, and I'm DavidMonster.com.
And we haven't been together in a while, but we are excited to have our topic today. David, do you want to share what we're talking about today?
The sun. What the hell is it doing up there?
You mean Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, the Son of God?
The Son of God, our one true only way. The one and only way. The reason for the season.
Actually, all of those are applicable to the SUN, the sun.
If anyone hears slurping noises or moans and groans,
Excuse me.
You might need to watch the video of this podcast. The audio listeners are going to hear all kinds of weird stuff in the background.
Where do you keep getting all these babies from, by the way?
David, your volume just dropped.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here like an idiot. Is
I
it
think
bad?
You just need to be close to your mic.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, the closer the better.
All right, I'll just hold it like an idiot.
You look like an old-timey reporter when you hold it.
Did you hit a setting or something? Because it really did just drop volume.
I didn't do anything. God damn it. Life is so hard. You have no idea.
All right, it's good. Okay.
So all of our listeners, we
Okay.
love you so much. We give you the behind-the-scenes look at our because we want you to really be a member of our family.
Yep. It's not reflective of our extensive pre-production.
Correct.
It's the hardest thing you'll ever do.
We have our shit together, everyone.
Producing a podcast is the hardest thing you'll ever do, ever.
Absolutely.
Harder than anything.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into that, anybody have any news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys go. Go ahead,
David, I want
go.
to hear your news because I think I know what it is. And I think yours is
What?
more than any of ours.
What is my news? What do you think it is? And then I'll tell you what it is.
That you're going on a road trip with your mom across country.
Oh, I wasn't going to talk about that.
You can't talk about that.
I didn't want to talk about that because I didn't want any witnesses if I end up killing her on the side of the road. But I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty sure we don't get to go to Peoria, unfortunately, which I wanted to do. But I think we get to go to St. Louis. Peoria is in Illinois. And I wanted to go to Indianapolis really bad, but we don't get to go there either. But I think we're going to, What?
What are you going to do?
We're going to St. Louis for sure. And then we're going to, not Chattanooga. I forget. Why are there like 15 famous cities in Tennessee, but there's only one famous city in Missouri, and then there's no famous cities in Iowa?
David, your volume just got really loud again.
I'm sorry. God, I'm just sitting here like an idiot.
All right. Well,
That explains it all.
All right, I'll put it down. I won't touch it.
when you go to St. Louis, are you going to go to the top of the arch?
No. We're seeing, actually, my cousin's husband lives there. We're going to go swing by and see him. And no, his parents live there. He's visiting. But he said, like everybody who's been to the top of the arch is like, you're in the top of the arch.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was the best thing I've ever done in my life, but
Yeah.
it's like you say you did it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, if you're claustrophobic, it might be a little intense.
I already saw Mount Rushmore. Anyways, that's not my news. My news is I had 2 Karen encounters since we last spoke. Actually, the first one, I don't know if I could be considered the Karen in this story, but I'll just tell it to you really quickly. I was at the gym, and this woman who is textbook Karen, she looks like a Karen. She looks like somebody's mother, and she looks like she probably has like a teenager that's
somebody's mother.
Well, she looks like she has a teenager that probably got pregnant in high school, and she's wearing glasses, and her hair is wet. And she's in the gym, and she's fat, and she's wearing yoga pants, which she shouldn't be. Well, no, I shouldn't say that, anyways, whatever. So anyways, I'm walking towards her. She's at a piece of equipment that I want, and she stops. She gets off the piece of equipment. She turns, spits on the ground in the gym.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I go, oh my God. And she looks at me like what? And then just walks away. And I go, oh my God, did you just do that? And I said that out loud and she didn't do anything. So I immediately waddled my fat ass to the manager of the club. And I said, excuse me, can I speak to the manager? And I told
Wow,
them.
look at you, Karen.
But I actually said, I don't usually do this, but this seems
what Karen
egregious. Well, I said, this seems egregious. I go, a woman just spit on the floor. That's wrong, right? And the woman goes, yeah, gross, she did. And I don't think she believed me. And I go, yeah, come here. And I showed it to her. She goes, gross. And she goes, who did it? And I go, her, that lady right there. And I pointed at her right there. She did it. She did it. And they cleaned it up, but I don't know if they talked to the woman. But I kept looking at her, and every time I'd walk by her, I looked at her. She was so gross, this woman. She looked like she was a little bit out of her mind, though, too.
That's bad.
Which
That's really bad.
all Karens do. But my second Karen experience, I was driving through. What? What happened?
The volume just got
The volume's
really
so
loud.
weird. It's, like, I wonder if there's a setting if you go to settings.
All right. Here we're going to settings, people.
Yeah.
You're seeing more of the behind the scene audio. I'm going to settings and audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's my microphone.
Okay. Is there a setting that like deals with okay, speaker echo cancellation is automatically adjust. Do you have automatically adjust mic volume checked?
Wait, automatically. Where is that?
It's at
Oh
the
no,
bottom.
Here. All right, I just checked it. Did that help at all?
No, you should probably leave it unchecked anyway.
Oh, it was checked. I mean, it was unchecked before. Now I checked it.
It's checked now.
Yeah, is that good? Is it fine?
Just to undo it, keep it unchecked, and then
Oh my God.
No,
This is
it
very
wasn't checked. That
difficult.
wasn't the issue.
yeah, that
right?
wasn't the issue. Is echo cancellation on?
Echo cancellation is checked.
Nothing else is checked.
No, nothing else is checked.
Yeah, I don't know why your sound just goes in and out like that.
At
And
all?
the
Hello, can you hear me?
and your default mic is, what's your mic? What's it listed as?
Default microphone array, Intel Smart Sound Technology for digital microphones.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think we should
Right.
continue.
All right, sorry. My second Karen experience was I was driving through Manhattan Beach, which is a nice beach town. You guys have been there, right?
It's beautiful, yeah.
So I'm pulling. There's a stop sign. I pull up to the stop sign. There's nobody, and then I start going, and a woman who looks like a Karen with fat ass, stupid hair, and she's white. These are both white women, by the way, so we can say whatever we want about white women. She decides to launch herself off the sidewalk and she starts crossing. So I slow down and I stop, and I'm just sitting there, like literally, like just my foot on the brake, like just looking off into nowhere. She walks slowly, staring at me the whole time. I just didn't even pay attention to her. And then after she gets by my car, she stops and she starts screaming. And I couldn't hear her, so I rolled down the window and I go, "Excuse me, what? What's going on?" And she goes, "Oh, I like how you didn't stop." And I go, "I am stopped. I'm stopped. What the fuck is wrong with you?" She goes, "Why don't you have a nice day? Because you didn't stop." And I'm like, she goes, "It's a crosswalk. You have to stop." And I go, "I'm stopped. I don't understand." And she keeps yelling at me. So I just did this is the way you have to treat white women. And I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you, you fat fucking bitch?" I stopped. And then she did that psychotic smile that Karen sees. She goes, "Have a nice day," and walks away. I almost got out of my car. But I'm a good person. So I called her a fat bitch once more and drove away. And those are my Karen experiences.
Did you actually call her that, David?
Oh yeah, I called her a fat bitch. I go, what the fuck's wrong with you? After 3 times of saying I stopped, what's wrong? I don't understand what's wrong. I stopped. I don't understand what's wrong. Then, because she's screaming at me in the middle of the street. Yes, I called her a fat bitch 3 times. And I know that that's might be wrong in some people's eyes, but explain it to me. Why is that wrong? Why?
I don't know. It just depends on what kind of person you want to be.
The kind of person who says, I stopped, what's going on, trying to talk to someone, and then they're still screaming at you. What kind of person is that, Nathan? What kind of person is that?
I don't know.
I want to be the kind of person that feels better after someone tries to scream at me. I'm always nice. You know me. I always have good manners. No. Oh, no.
No, I know. I mean, you are always nice.
Until someone comes at me. And then if you keep screaming at me, you get whatever you get. And I don't care. You get whatever you get. You get whatever you get. If someone's trying to make you feel bad and you're trying, and you 3 times you're like, what's going on here? I stopped. Like, what's your problem? Then you do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better. And that's all you got to do. And I wanted to ask before we continue on, can we go back on any of the we did a series called Piece of Shit or The Shit. And if new information comes out, can we go back and reiterate that, or should we just leave that buried in the past?
I think it should stay dead.
Darn it. Okay. All right. That's my news.
Right now, I'm curious.
You're curious?
What your bit of information is.
It's about Tom Cruise. Are you sure you want to hear it?
No.
All right. I didn't think you did. All right. So what's your news, Nathan?
Last night I had a meeting with my 2 improv mates from an improv troupe that we started in 2003. We had a 10-year run. We went from 2003 to 2013. In 2013, we had our retirement show at a at an improv festival here in Philly. And I've spoken with both of my former teammates, in different instances, but last night was the first time we've spoken together as a group in 10 years, like as a trio again. Wow. And it was just crazy to track that it's been 20 years since our group was started, and then 10 years since we ended it, and have seen each other as a collection. And we all commented how it just felt like it's only been like 2 or 3 years really since we've last all spoken to each other. But it was really nice catching up with them and talking about our project that we had together. This part of my motivation was to grab some clips from our talk to finish up the Rare Bird Show documentary that I had started 10 years ago at that festival. So it seemed like, I think at the beginning of the year, when we were talking about resolutions, one of my resolutions was to finish this project and just get it off the table. So I'm hyper motivated to do that right now. And it was great to talk to them and get some clips to kind of just close out certain things, and just nice catching up with old friends, It was really
That's
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And are they both in your area now, or are they?
No, so we had to do a Zoom meeting because Alexis, she's in Los Angeles, and Matt is here, but we couldn't all 3 be in the same room. So we just did a Zoom meeting, which was nice. It was, very easy. We could just meet from the comfort of our own homes. Although it kind of blew my mind, Matt, who he doesn't work in the corporate world, but he works in kind of an office world in college, I guess. That was only his 3rd Zoom meeting since the pandemic started. He just has somehow been able to avoid all virtual meetings, which surprised me.
Wow. That is surprising.
People like that existed who worked or had a job in today's day and age. So anyway.
Awesome. Congratulations. What about your news, Aaron?
I don't even have any news. I feel like you're looking at it. Just got all these babies, and I'm trying to juggle work, and been doing physical therapy to try to reconnect my abs that separated. And
your abs separated? That's a thing that happens during motherhood?
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
What the hell? I said it before and I'll say it again. It takes a certain kind of psychopath to become a parent. It really does.
Yeah. I had a birthday.
Your birthday?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Your birthday's in July. Happy birthday. How was it?
It was good.
Did you have a birthday party?
No, we had some family in town. It was low key. We hung out. Yeah, I don't really have any big news. It's work and it's children, and that's kind of just where life is now. And I'm okay with that, but nothing exciting to share.
Well, let me ask you this: did anyone get you a cake for your birthday?
Yeah, and you know what? It was such a big cake that we ended up cutting pieces, and it's in the freezer. So anytime we have cake needs, we can just tap into our backup supply.
My God, what kind of, do the cake report?
It was, oh man. Yeah, no, we have it was a very expensive cake from a very bougie bakery nearby, and called the Frosted Fox. And my sister-in-law paid for it as a gift. And it was chocolate everything, head to toe, just like eating like a brownie cake. Delightful.
That's the best.
Delightful.
That's
The
best.
buttercream frosting, where you got to let it sit out for an hour before you eat it, so it gets really soft.
You have to let it. Oh, after you freeze it, you mean?
Yeah.
Or even
Even
having
in
it
the fridge.
refrigerated, because it's buttercream, so it's so buttery that it just needs to like just sit and get to room temperature so that it's not more solid. You can eat it just solid. I mean, it's great. It tastes fine, but to really have it be a more icing texture.
Because that's what I was going to say. You two aren't sitting there for an hour. I know that you're taking bites off of it at least before it's ready to go. You're not like, leave it there and don't touch it, Nathan. Yeah, Nathan's like, yeah, sure.
It's that shop. I'm a big fan of them. They have
Yeah,
great
cakes are so
great
good.
cakes. Next time you're here, David, we'll have to get a cake from there.
Let's do it. Let's go. I'm on my way.
Well, I want to hear about the sun, but I think first we have a Gold Star nominee that caused a bit of a controversy.
I don't think we've had so much controversy and backlash for a Gold Star in the history of the podcast, have
I'll
we?
just say that this Gold Star is not awarded; it is a nomination, and that's kind of where it stood.
Well, I nominated
Right.
their niece. No, what's the opposite of a niece? Oh, I nominated their aunt, Congress Lady Pramila Jayapal, for speaking truth to power and truth to the masses. But I was, I want to say, I walked into a firestorm.
Listen, I think Pramila deserves a lot of Gold Stars, but this isn't necessarily the reason I would give her all the Gold Stars she deserves. She does such amazing work. But what she spoke out her opinion of the Israel-Palestine conflict is kind of pro-Palestine, and that's controversial. And she spoke her mind. I'll give her credit for that. It caused a lot of problems for her. So whether or not that deserves a Gold Star, that's the controversy. David thinks so. Nathan and I recognize that the conflict is more complicated and aren't picking sides.
So what sparked the nomination? Like, what was the thing that was like, she deserves a nomination because?
All right, here's the deal. I am not pro-Palestine and I'm not pro-Israel. And I've said it a million times. There are no clean hands in Israel. Not that includes the United States and the UK. But it is a religious state. It is a right-wing state. It is so conservative and right-wing that people talk about that terror of America being that. It is what people fear will happen in America. That's what Israel is. The Palestinians are not treated equally to Israelis. Jews are given so much more leeway and power and rights in Israel. And that's all she was trying to say. And I applaud her for that. Because just standing up and saying that Israel is a right-wing state, people come at you and say that's anti-Semitic and that's anti-Jew, and they liken people to Nazis. To just say that, no, there's something wrong there. And I saw her speech that she gave. She didn't say anything wrong. She said, listen, we just need to talk about it because it's a racist state, which it is, which not only do Palestinians say that, but there's a large faction of Jews that say that too. So I just applaud her for saying, look, we can't just blindly support the Israeli government. We can't. It's insane to do that. You might as well blindly support all of the Arab, which we do. All right. You know what? Fuck everybody. That's what I want to say. Fuck everybody. And I just applaud her for saying, because even in her speech, you can tell that she's not anti-Semitic and she cares about people. Like, I believe, I could be totally wrong. I believe she cares about people. And not only that, I backed her up 100% on Twitter. Nobody cared. But she did say something about the economy, which I didn't back her up on Twitter. And I said, I said, I disagree with you on this, and this needs to be on. So I'm not just a blind supporter of the woke. That's not me. I ain't woke. I spoke, but I ain't woke. Did I answer your question, Nathan?
I think so. Yeah, I guess I don't really know what to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge about Israel or the conflict between the two. And anything I feel like I really have to say would be exposing my ignorance and delusion about any understanding, like deep understanding of coming down on a side or one side or the other. I mean, I think I think like you said, I think she's always trying to fight for the downtrodden wherever that is, and that's respectable. And she did walk back the statements because I think
not totally,
totally because like,
but her party came down on her. Her party suck. I'm sorry, Democrats suck. I mean, Republicans suck up here.
That week that there was that vote for and she voted pro-Israel, so she's not like anyone that calls her an anti-Israel, anti-Semite is just not.
Is an idiot. Is stupid.
It's just not true. But
I think it's anytime this stuff is. Most often when this stuff is discussed, it's missing so much nuance and like depth, and we kind of speak in conversations, you know. And I'm not saying that we're doing. I'm just saying in general, at large, it's just so complicated. I'd imagine, and maybe certain things are just simple, but yeah. So I think the nuance of like her saying, or the lack of nuance in saying that Israel is a racist state. Even though she's talking, like in my interpretation of that, she's talking about the government.
The government, yeah.
I think everyone
people take that personal.
Yeah, they take it personally as like we're all racists, and she kind of walked it back to whoever's in charge, his policies that have been, Netanyahu's policies that have been.
Oh, Netanyahu is the worst. Netanyahu is one of the most corrupt. But we'll just finish this really fast. When I went on Twitter, there were thousands of people with a lot of following and blue check marks that were part of Jewish groups and things, Jewish religious groups, calling for her to be imprisoned, calling for her death. Some people like this should be killed. They're anti-Semitic. So they ain't got no sense in their brains. Like, that's the thing. That is the thing. Like, let's just say we all applaud her for speaking her mind, because
there's a huge protest going on in Israel right now against the government. So like, nobody can say that everyone in Israel is pro their government. Because obviously,
totally.
And the one thing I do want to say, because someone who I feel like knows more about this than I do, who's a public persona and has spoken about this conflict, Sam Harris. He's Jewish, although he's not religious in any way. He's he's historically Jewish, like culturally Jewish, right? But he doesn't practice Judaism. His analysis of if the power was in Israel, kind of holds the most power at this point. Like, they're a stronger state, but if the roles were reversed, he sees it as like there wouldn't be they would be like just killing Jews. Like, that's the point of view. Like, that the if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be like genocide, basically. So I think that's the point of view from which a lot of Jews look at the situation. It's like we're working with some level of restraint, and they wouldn't. Is, I think, the other side of the argument. That's the other. I'm saying that's the other side of the argument. It's
like I said. I've always said there are no clean hands in Israel. None. Not a one. And that includes us. That includes America and the UK. So this is what I say to all y'all, everybody in the world. This is to everybody in the world. So if you're thinking like, David, like you're anti-Semitic, it's like, no, this is to everybody. Did I get it on camera? Okay, good.
Actually, if I can just transition topics real quick, I thought of my actual news.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
It's inspired by the background of our live stream here, which is a sun, but to me looks like pizza pie.
Oh, yeah.
And we went over to the park this morning, and there was somebody having like a little kid's birthday party off to the side, and we're sitting there, and kids were playing. We're just hanging out, drinking coffee, and somebody walked over with a steaming hot, fresh pizza and asked if we wanted it because they had extras. Like we just sat in the park and got a free pizza.
How great is that?
It was just the greatest moment of my life.
I didn't know that happened in Philadelphia.
I know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a creepy thing. Like,
No, it's very nice.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, we
One of
had
my-
too many. We had a party. We had too much. Do you want
Yeah,
Exactly.
they had
Yeah.
like 20 pizzas stacked. I looked over at one point. I was like, wow, they have a lot of pizza.
yeah.
And she came over with
Wow.
an entire
And it was hot. And it was really good.
pizza.
If people listening don't understand, that would be the equivalent of me being in the park and someone walking over with a beautiful new cake for Nathan. That's Nathan's equivalent.
Yeah.
Like, Nathan, did you almost make out with them right then and there?
I mean, I grabbed it so strongly that her arms almost ripped out of her socket.
Well, it's funny though, because the polite thing would be like, "Oh, are you are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like there was no hesitation. It's like you're giving it away. Yup, right over here.
How funny. Oh, that's funny. But you
That's
thanked him,
actually the
right?
greatest thing that's happened to me in the last 2 months.
That's pretty.
Wait, in the last
Hey, he's
in the
over-
last 2 or 3 months, that's the best thing that's happened in the last 2 or 3 months.
2 months, not 3
Aw.
months.
Okay.
Sorry, Ventura or whatever your name is. All right, let's talk about the sun.
All right, the sun. We're gonna jump right in. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Yes, even though
Yes,
your audio
yes.
just gets really low and really high at random
Yeah.
times.
Wait, what? I fixed
Are you?
it.
Can you check your settings on your laptop?
All right, we're checking the settings on
So
my
fun
laptop.
game.
People.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is what people tuned in for. Okay.
Like hold the microphone down at arm's length on the floor and keep talking. I just wonder if it's like.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Well, I feel like the sound's going through your computer somehow instead of your microphone.
It's not going through my microphone? It says it's going through my microphone. God damn it. What do I do?
Go to there should be a setting that's like HELL. Go to hell.
Wait, my microphone. Wait, hold on. God damn it. Wait. Hold on. Everybody hold on. Everybody calm down.
Song for
Oops.
intermission.
Sure, yeah.
Wait,
Those are
what?
the ones I sing to Cora. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the tree.
On the treetop. Was that better? Did that work better?
I don't know.
Crap, what do I do? Wait. Jesus God.
Will fall, and down will come the sun to burn us all.
The sun's gonna burn us?
Isn't it? Isn't that what you're about to tell us? That the sun is actually just gonna
No.
asteroid just run into the earth and.
No. I know, that's what I thought too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we just need to roll with
Yeah,
whatever
let's
it is
just
now.
keep going.
All right. I'm sorry, people.
You're just gonna have to. Everyone's just gonna have to use their own personal volume to adjust every time you talk.
Does it keep going up and down like as I'm speaking right now?
Not right now. It's just
It's
random.
like,
it's like
yeah,
every
it's
few
kind of
minutes.
random. It's like
All right, I'll try not to move at all. Are you ready? So it's not even. Should I not even hold this? It's not even going through this microphone.
I don't think it is, to be honest. Just put it down for a second. Is it on?
Okay, does that better? Does it sound better?
No, it's the same.
No, it's not at all. Wait. Oh,
Oh wait,
What-
there we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
it's better now.
Yeah, now
What
the
happened?
microphone's working.
I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm putting it down. I'm not saying any.
Now you
Now,
now
you
you
muted
disconnected.
yourself.
Now you're muted.
Can
There
you
you
hear
go,
me?
now you're back.
I didn't touch anything. I was sitting. Is it fine?
What
Should
did you
I-
do that? Like you noticed you did something. What happened?
Nothing. I was just sitting here like an
Is
idiot.
anyone
that's
still?
not
Is
true.
anyone still listening?
Wait, what?
Is anyone still listening out there?
I don't think so.
I clicked on the microphone and
Oh
then
my
I
god,
clicked it
guys,
off.
we need to move on to talk about the sun.
All right, I'm sorry. Okay, do you know what this is?
They
Is that a
look like,
microphone?
They look like pictures of your microphone
Yeah.
malfunctioning.
Six.
These are the closest pictures that have been taken by humans of the sun. But Obviously, they're not. You have to tune into the video to see it. Obviously, they're not really the sun because the sun doesn't appear like that. These are through filters.
It looks like what a little baby would draw when they were drawing the sun.
So
Okay.
here's the deal. Like, but do you see what shape is the sun?
A circle, a sphere.
Yeah, and we're gonna remember that for later. Okay, first of all, does anyone know what the Maunder Minimum is?
Is it a black hole?
Nope.
The Maunder Minimum.
Is that the clitoris of the sun?
Yeah.
Close. Do you know
It's
what
like
it is,
that.
Nathan?
It's that little spot that no one can find.
Wait a
No,
second.
no one's ever found your Maunder Minimum, Aaron?
It's lost in a
No.
fiery blaze.
I just found out this month that the sun has cycles of being hotter and colder. Did you guys know that?
No.
That
Tell
sounds.
me more.
I think I knew that actually. Yeah. Continue.
I did not know that. Okay, so the Maunder Minimum was a period from 1600 to 1750 AD where the sun was at its lowest that could be recorded. Like the Earth's temperature was at its lowest that could be recorded.
Okay.
And after we go through all these facts, you ask me how we knew this, and I'll tell you,
wait.
and you'll freak out. What?
Are you trying to say that climate change is because of the sun and not because of fossil fuels? Is that what's happening?
Oh, ask me that question later.
Okay.
You're gonna be sorry you asked.
My woke
You're gonna
agenda.
be sorry you asked.
Okay.
Okay, so what happens? What natural occurrences become more rare, let's say, when the temperature goes down?
Spring.
Like ticks don't die off?
So from 1600 to 1750, what would happen? What weather occurrence?
Oh, what weather? Like more icing.
No.
More rain.
Less.
Hurricane.
Nathan got it. Less hurricanes. There was markedly less hurricanes for that 150 years. Like shockingly less. So what happens for humans from 1600 to 1750 when there's less hurricanes?
Lots of ocean travel.
Yeah, because why?
Because it was like not as scary.
Yeah, because there's markedly less. There's hardly any shipwrecks due to natural occurrences.
Okay.
All right. So what happens when there's a lot more ocean travel and less shipwrecks?
Trade.
Trade happens. What happens when there's a lot more trade?
Migration.
What is attracted when there's a lot more trade going on the seas?
Mermaids. Pirates.
The golden age of piracy is from 1600 to 1750. All right, so what revolution occurs when there's a lot of trade?
The French Revolution.
Trade.
I don't know if I like this being like a history lesson because I'm not very good at this.
I'll give you a hint. It's not war. It's not a war. When you're going to the New World a lot, going back and forth from the New World to Europe.
The Renaissance.
The slave trade.
Close. The sugar revolution happens. The sugar revolution happens.
Well, isn't that directly because of slavery?
Well, I was going to ask you when there's a lot more sugar. Yeah, when there's a lot more sugar and there's plantations, what happens? What do human beings do when there's plantations and sugar needs to be harvested? Oh, they
hire respectable work labor.
How many? Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like a lot in our terms, but from knowing what the population was at the time, they think over 1 million slaves were transported to the New World and the Caribbean, just in the Caribbean area.
A lot of those were Asian.
Well, most of them were African, but there were Asians and other ones, and there was a
ton of Chinese slaves. Learned all about that in the Caribbean.
Yeah, totally. And indentured Europeans, which I didn't realize either. So I didn't know this, but the sugar revolution did what? What did it do in Europe? What did it launch in Europe and
Coca-Cola.
parts of
Obesity.
America? What?
Coca-Cola.
Fat butts.
Coca-Cola.
No, it's another kind of revolution that's talked about.
The Industrial Revolution.
The Industrial Revolution. Yes, Nathan, thank you. And sugar itself is said to have single-handedly sparked the economies of Europe and led to what we now know as the Industrial Revolution. All because of the Maunder Minimum, because there were less hurricanes and less shipwrecks. Okay, so how much do you think the Earth cooled during that time to cause this?
50 degrees.
On average.
55 degrees.
Close, Aaron. How much?
Degrees.
You said close.
Wait,
20?
No, it's like 5 degrees. 1 degree.
1 degree Celsius on average. That caused that. 1 degree Celsius.
That's Celsius though, so that's like what, 5
100
degrees?
degrees Fahrenheit.
There's no way. That's the only part of the story. There's no way to know how much that is in Fahrenheit. Okay. So what were those questions you guys asked me before?
What is the sun?
We asked you about climate change being directly because of the sun instead of fossil fuel burning.
Right.
Okay, remember that, because we're going to answer that when we find out how do we know that this all happened? Do you guys know?
No.
Science.
There were 3 scientists. Well, scientists have been researching all this for a long time, and they didn't discover the Maunder Minimum as we know it. They knew that there were cycles in it, but then they were able to pinpoint like almost exact seasons and times of hurricanes. There were 3 scientists that came together. One was researching trees. And they saw that there was a period of time when their trees in this area had like little to no, like, you know, there's rings every year that the tree creates. Yeah. And for like 150 years, there's weird little no rings and stuff, or like there's rings and then no rings and stuff. So a tree scientist got together with a hurricane scientist who got together with.
Is this a dirty?
This is a dirty joke. They came together.
Exactly. And they met in a bar. Seriously. They were all at a conference, and they were all friends, and they were sitting in a bar, and they started talking about this. This is where it came from. It was a tree scientist, a weather scientist, and a historian who dealt with shipwrecks, especially, who knew people who historically were dealing with pirates. They lined up all of what they knew, and it all came together. There was more piracy, there was less shipwrecks, and there were these weird tree rings. Anyways, they found that out. So you asked, is this going to show that it's just the sun getting warmer, and that's climate change, and humans have nothing to do with it? Actually, this proves the opposite. Do you know why?
Because the increase in temperature is more than 1 degree Celsius.
No, because in 1950, from that time to 1950, it hit its apex. The sun was the hottest. From 1950 till 2019, it's been on a downslope, and in 2019,
thank God we're cooling again, right?
It got to its coolest.
Well, thank God. Otherwise, things would be way worse. Sounds like.
You'd think from 2019 on, it's upcycling again.
No, what bad timing. Come on, sun.
So the sun has been cooling, but the planet has been heating up. So what does that tell you?
That it's going to keep heating up because the sun is going now to the...
We're going to just burn up soon.
We're going to burn up soon. And at this point, we don't know how to cool the sun down.
We can't figure that out.
I think that the 3 of us should get together and build a big umbrella.
Okay. It gets really hot under umbrellas.
You guys have a backyard, though. Well, we can maybe an umbrella with a mister.
What's that?
You know, mist, like
Sure.
mist.
Oh, Mister. Like I thought you were talking about like a man, like a.
Anyway,
Right.
so
So what's up? Yeah.
this all blew my mind. Like I didn't know, I had no idea the sun went through hot and cold cycles. And it has to do with sunspots and things. So we're gonna go into the sun, like what the hell is it and what
Ooh! I know.
what do you know? What?
It's a star.
It is a star. Thank you. And what does that mean?
It means it shimmers in the sky.
Shimmers in the sky.
David's like a kindergarten teacher right now.
If we have time, we're gonna talk. If we have time, we're gonna talk about how is a sun like a time machine.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm watching Reading Rainbow or something. This is like giving me flashbacks, PTSD from my childhood.
All right, the sun comprises what percentage of the mass of the solar system?
2.
2% of the mass of the solar system?
Tell us. Just tell us.
Yeah, you should probably just.
No,
tell
it's
us.
more fun.
No, it's not.
It comprises 99.86% of the mass of the solar system. That includes all the planets and everything that's floating around.
Because of how big it is, it's just bigger than
Yeah.
everything else.
So
Wow.
basically, the sun is the solar system.
That's crazy.
So, all right, you don't want me to ask how many Earths could fit in the sun then?
Ooh.
You
No,
were
like
just-
500. Let's keep going.
500 is very close. It's 1 million Earths could fit in the sun. The sun is 11,900 times the size of the Earth.
That's really, really big.
You know, a lot of people think the sun is on fire. Do you guys think the sun is on fire?
No.
It looks like it.
No, the sun's not on fire. It's a process called nuclear fusion, which is different than nuclear fission. Nuclear fusion is what we should be doing on Earth because it's a safe way to create energy, and it's constant when you get that gravity and that mass. The only thing is on Earth we can't simulate that mass. What it does is it fuses atoms together, and when you do that, all this energy comes off. We can't create that kind of gravity, the huge, immense amount of gravity that's on the sun. But this is what I don't understand. Scientists are saying we can't create that gravity that creates the fusion that creates the energy of the sun. But they need like 25 million degrees. They can create that on Earth, but I don't understand how they do it. Anyways, so let's forget about that. That's a different podcast. And you guys were saying earlier that the sun is a sphere. The sun is almost an exact sphere because there's only a 10-kilometer difference between the equator and the poles, which on Earth there's like 1,000-mile differences between the Earth and the poles. Shoot, I was going to ask you guys these questions. I thought it was interesting. Anyway, I'll just tell you. Okay, the sun is 26,000 light years from the galactic center, which means that
I guess that's to Nathan's point that we don't know any of this. So
yeah, no, guessing. Totally. No, I'm going to just keep telling you. So okay. That means that the three of us might never see the galactic center in our lifetimes. That's like forbiddingly far away. And it takes the sun. I don't know if everybody. I knew that it was going. I didn't know it was evolving. I mean, it's revolving around a galactic center, which I didn't know. I knew it was moving through space. It's revolving around a galactic center, and it takes 250 million years to revolve around the center of the galaxy. So I'm telling you guys all this because it just puts into perspective, like what we're dealing with here. Like we're like we knew that we were tiny, but like we're nothing. Like we're a speck of nothing, and yet we're having these thoughts and problems, and we're on the verge of whatever we're on the verge of. Anyways, does that?
Yeah. No, it's true. It's like these things that It makes everything seem insignificant.
There's this really cool graph because you kind of see the heliocentric graph of the planets going around the sun, where it's just like the sun and then these disks kind of outlined of the planets and going around, right? But really the true, because it is going around what you call it, a galactic center, and the sun is moving, that actually the planets are like orbiting around but kind of chasing the sun. So it's like the sun is like moving, and then these masses are like following it around. It's such a cool graphic when you see it.
It's like that duck video.
It is kind of like that duck
Oh,
video.
guys, you got to see this duck video.
There's a duck video?
Yeah, it's this mommy duck in a pond that's filled with algae, so you can't see the water. It's just green. And she's got about like 7 baby ducks, and she keeps dipping down in the water to catch fish, and then she'll come up maybe 6 feet away, and the little ducks just all huddle together when the mom goes away, and then as soon as they see her, they all like scurry over to her. It's the one like it, I just couldn't stop watching it when I saw it, but it just reminds me of like the planets are that to the sun.
100%.
Get away and find fish, and we just keep going, coming after them like little ducks.
100%. Because the sun is moving at 137 million miles a second. Oh no, a minute. Did I get that wrong? Wait. Oh God, I wrote it down. But the sun is moving really fast. This is what I don't understand. And you guys are exactly right. It's like that. The sun is moving like this.
Here.
At an incredibly fast rate. Uh-oh, what's going on?
Check this out. This is what we see all the time.
Yeah.
That's what we think of as the sun, right?
Yeah.
Actually you can see what it's doing. It's more like that.
Yeah, it's like a corkscrew, and it's going so fast, we cannot simulate how fast the sun is going. We cannot travel the speed the sun is going.
It's actually like this.
It's actually like this.
Wait for it.
Wait, there it is. And then the planets follow.
The planets, yes, exactly. That is the solar system.
That is,
and then as soon as we catch up, the sun dives down,
and then pops up.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the solar system. So that trips me out, because when you realize we're not only going this way, we're not only going this way, we're not only going this way. Like, how I don't get how we don't feel any of that. Like, we are traveling so fast. We're traveling faster than we can expel anything. You know what I mean? Like, and we don't feel any of it.
So it's the gravity on Earth that keeps us from feeling a lot of stuff, but also like the atmosphere, I think, keeps everything like packed to the Earth. So if the atmosphere wasn't there, everything would just be ripped off.
100%. It's gravity of the sun that keeps us. Yeah, it's the gravity of the mother duck that keeps us there, and the gravity of the Earth that keeps us there. And anyways. So also, what this also should tell you is that if anyone you meet believes in astrology, you have to laugh in their face, because I'll tell you for why.
Are you disproving astrology right now?
Well, they chart the stars, and like where the position of the stars and planets are supposed to like affect your personality and everything. They ain't there anymore. We're not there anymore. Like, if people think that like Virgo, like let's say you're born in May.
Right.
And you're supposed to have the same personality as someone else born in May, a different year. We're not there anymore. Like, we're not in that place where like May is supposed to be. We're not anywhere near there anymore.
How come we can always see the same stars?
I don't get that either. Well, first of all, those stars aren't there anymore. Do you realize it takes some of the stars you're looking at take millions of years to get to Earth.
They've already
so those stars, they're not anywhere near there anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
So I know it doesn't make any sense brainularly. And I don't understand why the stars aren't moving quicker. Like, I don't understand why we keep seeing the same stars, because we're moving away from there. That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
you're right.
Even though we're moving so fast, like everything's revolving in a certain way, but also like we're moving so it's, what do you say, 250 million years to do the circle? Yeah. Like, so it's
I know,
like,
we've gone
like
this.
Like we're not even moving. It's almost like we're not even moving at the same time that we're moving so fast. but then everything's kind of moving as an orchestration too, right? At the same time.
Yeah, totally. And they're moving in different ways. And not all the planets, see, we revolve the same way that the sun does, but not all the planets do that. And not all the stars, like stars are like, some stars are coming with us, some are going the opposite way and stuff. I know it doesn't make any sense. Like, it is true that we're only moving this far, but it doesn't make any sense that we don't see new stars and stuff because we're still moving really fast.
Yeah, it's too much for my brain.
None of it makes sense. No part of it makes sense. So this all might be a total lie. It might be. No, seriously, there are so many scientists that are coming forth all the time talking about holographic Earth. And don't think when they say holographic Earth, it's not like a hologram. It's a simulation that we can't understand that we're inside of. Anyways, whatever.
So did you hear that now there's aliens apparently?
Well, that guy has been talking about that for a while. He has no evidence that he can present. He says he has evidence. Are you talking about the one the congressional? He had a congressional hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a congressional hearing. AOC asked him, "Well, do you have any evidence?" He goes, "I do, but I can't present it here."
Oh, that's not useful.
Yeah, so it's like there very well might be aliens, but I don't believe it until I see it, because that same guy and other guys like that have been saying those things for a long time, and for some reason they never have evidence that they can show.
It seems very convenient to not be able to show it there.
Yeah, and it's like, wait, why? And some of them say, well, for security reasons, I can't show it here, but I will take you to where I can show it. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense, because you're safer if you show it here on camera in front of Congress because you need witnesses. But if you go off and show it, like, we might never see you again. That don't make no damn sense at all. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that like this is what people are concerned about right now, or everyone's talking about, like, oh, there's aliens maybe. Well, who knows?
I'm concerned for the safety and well-being of all the pirates as our waters warm.
That's a good point. Yeah, and all the hurricanes increase.
Like, how are they going to rape and pillage one another?
Right. Not one another.
One another. They don't. Yeah.
Well, other pirates.
Like that's like
other
the
tribes,
man.
other pirate tribes.
No, they don't attack each other. Well, they do. I imagine they fight each other and stuff, but they
fight each other, but they rape and pillage the innocent people of the world.
Okay. Well,
the lesbians.
Maybe climate change is a good thing.
Anyway, so do I help you guys? Oh, there was something I was going to tell you at the end where you said something and I forgot. I didn't write it down.
Climate change.
Climate change. We talked about that.
Climate change.
Oh, time machine. Do you guys want to hear how the sun is kind of like a time machine?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. It's not only the sun, it's all stars. It's anything emitting light. It's like we said, those stars aren't there anymore. They're a million miles from where they were. We see the past. We're looking into the past when we look into the sky. When we're taking pictures of the sky, we're seeing where the stars were. We're seeing even some of the supernovas that we see exploding and everything. That happened a million years ago. So we're seeing into the past. If someone is far enough away from our sun and our earth that they can take a picture of it, they can see when it formed and stuff. They can take pictures of it when it formed and how that happened. Does that make any sense to anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. That stuff's making
Isn't
my
it?
head hurt.
It's just because light takes so long to reach places. So if you're far enough away, you're getting light from yesteryear.
Yeah. So if someone's 14 billion, like supposedly the sun formed 14 billion years ago. So if someone's 14 billion years away from us,
yeah,
they can take a picture.
Away, right?
Wait, what?
Would it be 14 billion light years away?
I don't know. I'd have to sit down with the calculator and figure it out. I need someone else to do that, but I just know go really far. Just keep going until you see, and then just take a picture.
Sounds easy enough. Let's just do that.
Yeah, we can do that in your backyard. You guys have plenty of room in your backyard. We can figure it out back there, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So are there any was this even valuable information or interesting in any way?
I liked information about the sun having warming and cooling.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I liked how you made me feel like maybe humans aren't terrible and haven't been warming the earth, but no, actually we're doubly terrible and we're really warming the earth. That was nice.
Well,
Thanks.
all you have to do is come to my beach, stand on my beach with me, and just look at all of the plastic that washes up on the shore. Like it doesn't even matter about global. I mean, it matters about global warming, but we're just like polluting everything. We're ruining everything, and we just need to like go like, wait, maybe we don't want to be doing that, because people don't understand most of our oxygen comes from the ocean and stuff. So
when I think about plastic, it makes me really, really depressed. And I imagine how much plastic is being produced every day that really can't be recycled, and it just has to go somewhere. And everyone's buying single-use plastic for everything. I'm more mindful of it than most people probably, but I still consume a lot of plastic too because you can't really avoid it. But man, it's just it feels like we're just going to be buried in plastic garbage soon.
Well, I have good news for you. Don't worry about plastic anymore. They have a place to put it. They put it on my beach. So there's plenty.
Okay.
They're just
should I just
don't worry about it.
Ship our garbage out to you then, your address?
What's so upsetting is that prior to the mass adoption of plastic, when they were like, oh, oil can be used to make this awesome product, the way that they convinced people to go all in on it was they just straight up lied that it was recyclable. They knew that you couldn't recycle it in the ways that they were saying you could. And they just straight up lied about it because they saw how much profit they would get and how it would revolutionize so many. It's an amazing thing. Like, you don't have to ship things in like heavy glass and like storage. You get the best of like a light storage container, but like it can be contained like as though it were in glass. But it's just like,
yeah, it's cool until you realize it's leaching all kinds of chemicals into the things you consume. All of your products have bits of plastic, and we're just turning into like human plastic now.
Yeah, soon all of our cells will be replaced by plastic.
I'm 100% cool with that. Oh, you do know we're like 2 years away from bionic limbs that are actually feasible that they can now replace people's arms and legs with and stuff. I'm 100% in on that.
I swear I checked it and it was working.
There's a good chance that my microphone wasn't connected this whole time, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I heard you this whole time.
Yeah, we might have to use the audio from the actual podcast.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sorry.
Microphones.
Yeah, it's a bit the episode of microphones. It's fun. David,
here we are. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you for your presentation about the sun.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope that everyone thought it blew my mind.
I think it's interesting to think like that we're going around, what did you have to say, the Galactic Center. So we're always going into new territory. Like, we don't know what's up there. We don't know where we're heading.
That's true. We haven't been around in 250 million years. Like, we don't know where we're going next. You're right.
Isn't that
like
weird?
we've only done 6,000 years of that. So it's like it's this whole big circle. We've only done this much of it. You're right, Nathan. What do you think? What do you guys think? All right, that's how we're going to end this. Nathan, what do you think we're coming into next?
Giant Earth-sized squids.
Are they going to eat the Earth, or are they going to eat us?
All of the above.
And what do you think we're coming into?
This stuff stresses me out.
It is a little. I found myself getting anxious.
We could just get stuck into a black hole tomorrow, and then, like, my children are dead.
Dude, we might do a topic on black holes because. All right, I'm going to ask you guys this: how far away do you think the nearest black hole is?
7.
Close.
7. I don't know, 16 miles.
Has the Earth ever been in contact with a black hole?
No.
1907.
What do you mean in contact?
There's black holes that they're discovering that there's tiny black holes everywhere, that the universe is comprised of tiny black holes. There was a black hole incident that in 1907 on planet Earth.
What happened?
There was, it caused an explosion because it sucks in so much stuff, and then it heats up everything that can't get into it, and it just caused this explosion. Read about it. It's in Siberia. Just type in Siberia 1907, and it's in any Google machine, and it caused this.
Siberia, I feel like.
Yeah, everything happens in Siberia. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. And
I think
they're
SAG
thinking
has a protest line in Siberia.
Wait, let me just leave you with this. They're theorizing that dark matter might be the skeletons of black holes. That's why most of the universe is comprised of dark matter. You don't even know what I just said, huh? Because I didn't know.
It's just it's like you turn into like a Charlie Brown adult.
Wah, 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 wah.
Nothing. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, nothing you know now is going to be relevant or real anymore. People are going to be like, you still believe that? You still believe atoms? You still believe humans? Ah.
Well, I guess
no.
We're not as woke as we all think we are then. Speaking of woke, I think these two tired parents have to take a nap.
I totally understand. Okay, well, I'm sorry, and have a nice day. Say what you got to say. Bye.
Love you, everyone. We'll be back someday again.
Say goodbye, Nathan.
Bye, Nathan.
Beat it, bitch.